Well, I mean, a win's a win. They don't ask how, just how many, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the winning streak against the Henderson Silver Knights continues after going 4-0 last year against them. They managed to, win it in overtime. So they'll take it, giving away 1 point. So that's 1.2 seasons so far. But I mean, that third period, it looked very much like Abbotsford was happy to try and win this game 1-0.
It did. You could see, I mean, with a lot of new faces, a lot of chaotic play out there for the majority of the game. Not a lot of flow from either team. Henderson does look like they have improved from last year. I mean, everyone beat Henderson last year. They were just not good. And so, you know, first game of the season, would have liked to see Tolopilo get get the shutout there. But if you look at kind of the shots, far too many from right in front of Tolopilo. Just the ones from the hash marks in, there's just too much blue there. They did a good job of containing the middle, the high slot. I mean, you look at that, there's not one shot from Henderson in the high slot all game. So that's good stuff, but you got to clean up in front of Tolopilo. He bailed them out a lot tonight. That game could have been easily 5-1 the other way. Henderson just absolutely waxing Abbotsford. So, for me, like Tolopilo's the first star of this game, 100%. And then, just a good game overall. First game of the season, I'm not going to dive too much into, what went wrong and what went right. Obviously, in overtime, Malhotra went to 3 guys that have probably practiced 3-on-3 together last year. The 3 veteran Abbotsford Canucks, if you want to say, that were kind of out there tonight. And yeah, I mean, they controlled the play, a very beautiful setup from Klimovich to Sasson, and Sasson burying it, using that speed that we know he can use off the wing there. And I mean, he was wide open. Just a great look and great finish for the win. I mean, we can't complain too much when you end up getting the 2 points.
No. I mean, you can if you want, but you'd be foolish to do so.
Sure. I mean, hey.
It's kind of fun how it goes too, right? Because you got Ben Berard getting his first goal as an Abbotsford Canuck to start, and then you got Max Sasson, the guy who just missed out making the Vancouver Canucks scoring in overtime. Daniil Klimovich, everyone was looking at him. Everyone forgot about Sasson, but Klimovich was definitely flying out there tonight. Looked like he was feeling very comfortable, ready to start this year.
Yeah, no, Klimovich, I mean, he was another guy who maybe, depending on his camp, could have pushed for a look up with the NHL club. But again, one of those guys who just doesn't seem to have that NHL gear. But he's going to be an absolutely dynamite right winger for the Abbotsford Canucks this year. He's got a very lethal shot. He's got a lot better at looking for the pass as well. He's become more of a well-rounded offensive player, not just 100% relying on that shot of his. I mean, it is an incredible weapon. Don't get me wrong. I don't want him to stop shooting, but it's nice to see that he's looking around more, not having his head buried to look for a shot. It's not his only choice now. Now it's his first choice, should be his first choice, but he has the opportunity to look for his teammates, and it makes him far more effective. And it was just a good, clean overtime period. I mean, it was 53 seconds, right? They got control right away, set up, cycled it a couple times, found their lane, and Sasson, I mean, it looked like a set play almost. Sasson found the open ice and tap in.
Chase Stillman and Ben Berard and Cooper Walker, young guys, scored the first goal of the game. And kind of like we've already talked about with Chase Stillman, he looks like he's got a motor with him. Was really driving that line. And Cooper Walker, too. Those 3 guys, if they stick together, that could be a very dangerous line moving forward for this Abbotsford Canucks team, don't you think?
Yeah, just a sneaky good line, right? Like a grindy line that's going to wear you down. They're going to work hard. Um, yeah, Ben Berard with a great finish on that one, but Cooper Walker did a lot of the work fighting off two guys that were trying to get the puck off him and finding Berard in front of the net. I mean, that was really incredible stuff to be able to fight through that check. And yeah, but I liked that line for sure. Obviously, Sasson and those guys looked great. Sasson looked like he had a lot of jump. He got a lot of time in the NHL camp as well, whereas these guys started their camp on the 4th of October and it's the 10th now. So they've had 6 days to kind of get ready. Whereas Sasson, Kudryavtsev, Willander, even Arnson was up with the big club for a lot longer than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
Which was really beneficial to have 4 defensemen, 22 and younger, out there tonight. You didn't know what you were going to see, but uh, it worked out. You saw Tolopilo seeing way more rubber than we're used to seeing in Abby goalie see in a game. Last year, one thing we talked about so much was that ability to contain those shots up the middle and in front of the net and keep pretty much everything to the outside. So I'm sure there will be some of that worked on with Malhotra and the guys. And then I'm curious to see who comes out of the lineup. It always depends on who's healthy and ready to go and who, they're kind of still looking at in these first couple of games, because the first 2-3 series, the coaches are definitely still feeling out some positions because there's a long list of new guys that they can look at. So I'm excited for tomorrow night. I'm excited that the season is going, and I'm looking forward to more of Manny's handiwork, getting these kids going and getting them ready for NHL game.
What's kind of funny, you mentioned all the young defensemen. I don't think we saw really any like bad plays from them, no giveaways and stuff like that. And then the only reason the Canucks didn't have a 2-0 lead was Mackenzie McEachern, who is a veteran, one of the oldest guys on this team, making a very strange pass at center ice to Max Sasson, who wasn't even facing the puck. Kind of weird to see that. Is he like just trying to not be selfish and take a shot on the net, or like what's going through a guy's mind who's a veteran when he makes that pass at center instead of just flipping it into the zone?
I think that's kind of McEachern's not really that type of skill set. He's more of a big bang and crash guy, similar to LeBate. Those are two of the older guys that are kind of, you know, those enforcers that have kind of been forced out of the league by the way the NHL has changed. They're younger guys in NHL terms, but older guys in AHL terms. So they're just kind of in that weird part of their career where they kind of need to accept that they're full-time AHL guys, and um, McEachern's going to have to kind of change his game maybe a little bit and maybe play or think a little more offensively. But yeah, it was definitely a strange play for sure.
It was almost like, it's kind of funny because we're playing the Silver Knights tonight. It felt very reminiscent to the Sharks trying to score on the empty net against the Golden Knights the other night, where they end up losing in overtime on just, that was a chaotic game too for anyone who hasn't seen the highlights. But yeah, just kind of a weird play there. And then it's one of those things, you give up the puck in the neutral zone, puck comes back, and it was a scrambled mess. Puck goes across the whole slot, and it's probably the first time all night I saw Tolopilo getting out of position, ends up sliding essentially right out of his crease. But again, not really his fault at the time, because that stick in the slot should have been taken by someone. So someone missed their assignment on that one too. But these are all things that Manny Malhotra will be looking with the team probably in the next day or two.
For sure. I mean, tomorrow they'll go over the video of what happened. Even maybe after the game, they might quickly show, like, "Hey guys, this guy coming out of the corner here, that can't happen. Not with um, that little time left." And he was kind of unchecked, was able to get to the front and just bat it home. And he came right out of the corner, basically under the red line. So I think more a couple of the defenders got puck watching there, thought maybe Tolopilo had it covered and maybe gave up a little bit. or kind of just got stuck looking in the wrong direction, where one guy needs to have his head on a swivel and see that, hey, there's a guy coming out the back. You got to clean up the mess. And that's where, some guys shine, right? Like that's the stuff that we talk about with like Braden Coots and even Jonathan Lecker-Mackey has really improved with his defensive awareness in the defensive zone. And guys like Garland, Kiefer Sherwood, all those guys know where to be in their own zone. And so it was just an unfortunate moment where, they are looking at Tolopilo, probably thinking hard, trying to get the shutout for him, and just a moment where they needed to rely on themselves and bail out their goalie a little bit there.
Yeah, during the Rusty and Dusty sideshow in the first intermission, we chatted a little bit about how Tom Willander didn't notice him a whole lot, and then bam, second period starts to get a power play, and I think that's really what got everyone moving. And then after that, I would say Willander was one of the better Canucks defensemen for moving the puck, getting it out of the zone, making a couple really good plays. So that's a good sign for me, is that it didn't take long for him to start getting comfortable out there and start doing some of the things that we know he can do.
For sure. I think it's a moment of needing to see, okay, what am I up against here? And what do I need to do to be successful? I'm sure he's got a lot of one-on-one time with a couple of the coaches early because he is one of those top prospects. And we saw what they did with the defensive prospects last year. I mean, no one saw DPD coming out of the woodwork the way he did, as quickly as he did. I thought it would take him at least a full season in the AHL to adapt to the different sized ice and be ready to play against, bigger, stronger, faster players. But the kid just was a sponge, and everything that the guys in Abbotsford were teaching him, he soaked it all up and applied it so quickly. But also the structure that they build down there allows these young players to have that kind of success, because it's not necessarily like a predictable structure. It's just everyone kind of knows when to cycle in, fill in for their D partner, fill in for a forward who's out of position. And it'll take these guys a couple of weeks, because there's, young guys that are coming up from junior. There's some veterans that have come from other teams, and it'll take a few minutes. But you obviously saw the guys who were with Abbotsford last year. I mean, all of them were flying tonight and clicking and knowing where to go. And so I'm pleased with tonight because of the large turnover of the team. And obviously I always have like a 10 to 20 game grace period in the AHL, because they play so quickly and have the series kind of back to back. You can pick up momentum a little quicker. So like, 15 games, you really kind of see where the team is at. So that's more, when we'll give a full dissection of what's going right and what's going wrong, who's looking like they're going to break out, and who's just kind of floating along again. But tonight, just so far, good stuff. You got to see the veterans hitting the scoreboard like Sasson and Kudryavtsev and Klinovich like that, and it's nice to see the young guys get that first one for sure.
Did you like to see Kravtsov get a little fancy and put the puck between his own legs and get a good chance?
I guarantee you probably could hear me rolling my eyes over there.
I was wondering what that sound was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was them almost coming right out of my head. I almost rolled them out of my head. I'm like, oh, Russ knows I'm just fuming at that garbage.
Okay, so let's just circle back.
Just shoot a good snapshot, man. Like, what?
I mean, I tried that at 3-on-3 hockey, right? So maybe it's not all right. 3 stars. You did mention Tolopilo. What are you thinking for the other 2 stars?
Well, I think the Henderson goalie as well had a really strong game. And then I did say that I think Sasson, the Americans have a penchant for giving it to the game-winning goal scorer. But overall, Sasson did have a really good game from start to finish. He was probably the Abbotsford Canuck that right from puck drop, other than Tolopilo, obviously. He was the only Canuck skater that right from puck drop went 0 to 60 minutes and nothing really faltered. He was solid right through. He's ready to go for this season to prove that he belongs at the next level. Yeah, he had enough of a taste last year, plus the win in the Calder finals. Max Sasson wants to be an NHL player, and you can see it in the drive that he brings to every game.
Close, very close. But they do like their goals down there in America. So Tanner
Wrong order.
Lagzinski with the game tying goal late ends up getting it. But either way, you were 2 for 3, which isn't bad in your analysis of the 3 stars. So, and I'm fine with that. Giving it to the Henderson goalie or the game tying goal guy, I'm fine with either one of those as well.
Well, because it was a goalie battle game. I mean, really, when it came down to it, Abbotsford struggled to get more than that one goal past the Henderson goalie, and then, I mean, it took to the last couple minutes of the game, and they had to have the net empty to get one past Tolopilo. So, hats off to the goaltenders tonight. Good game by Sasson. These guys need to regroup, obviously, and get ready to go for the rematch tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you think we actually get to see Yuri Patera play a game for the Abbotsford Canucks tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, last year, Patera was the backup ahead of Tolopilo. When we first started, he was playing, or no, he was sharing with Tolopilo because Shilovs had to start in the NHL. Right. And so they were going back and forth until Patera blew his groin into the stratosphere. So, it's good. It's a good chance that Patera will be between the pipes tomorrow night.
Yeah, we found out too later on in I think the summertime, it came out. Not only did he blow his groin out, he actually injured his shoulder quite badly too. So that was the thing that prevented him from coming back after rehabbing his groin. So, but by all accounts, he's feeling healthy, and it'll be nice to actually see the man who is a ghost to us actually get into the net tomorrow. Which we're not going to do the same thing we did today with the play-by-play, but obviously we're going to be streaming the Vancouver Canucks game against the Edmonton Oilers. So we'll keep you guys up to date on everything that's happening in the Abbotsford Canucks game as well.
Absolutely. I'll have both games going on either screen tomorrow night, so I will try to have updates in the intermission for you guys tomorrow night of the Canucks game during the Rusty and Dusty show.
Yeah, should be fun. Anything you want to say to chat before I let you go, brother?
Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. It's nice to start off the season with a win for both clubs, both the big Canucks and baby Canucks. Big night tomorrow night with the doubleheader. We will see everyone there. As for now, just enjoy your Saturday, and we will see you all tomorrow night.
Take it easy, my dude. Have a good night.
Nothing is perfect.